What's good, y'all? It's your guy, Lord Wellied. I hope you guys are doing well and you're enjoying your day. As for me, I'm doing pretty good, thank you. And without any further ado, I'm gonna be doing a raw review. As you already know, under nose man, it's gonna be rinse and repeat, and expect nothing more than the same thing with different permutations. Which is literally the definition of insanity, according to Albert Einstein. You do the same things and expect different results. So, without any further ado, we'll get started. First off, you have Roman Reigns coming up with his T-shirt, this OTC 1. So, who's OTC 0 and OTC 2 and etc.? Is it like a tendency to be tribal cuckolds? And what does OTC stand for? Original tribal chief or the only tribal cuckold? Make up your mind, Roman. Who's like the one, two, and so that means Solo's number two, Tamatonga's number three, Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Then he starts in his promo rambling on, and before that, you have those sheeps saying Roman, Roman Reigns, Roman, Roman Reigns. It should be like this. We are sheeps. We do as we're told. How about that? They are sheeps. If you think about it, they will accept any kind of mediocrity without questioning themselves, even though God gave us a brain and eyes to see and analyze things. Then again, most of them must obviously be godless degenerates. Then comes out and rambles on incoherently in his promos, if like the vision took everything away from him, even though the first one who actually started it was him losing to Stardust. And even before that, the implosion started when his two lackeys lost their belts. Around there, it started, and all of a sudden he'll ramble on as if, in a way, talking about how Cody predicted it, as if Cody is like some sort of an oracle. Even though, as I previously said it on the SmackDown review, most of us remember Cody being an absolute and utter jobber. Let's say he'd have like 48 matches a year, he'd probably win like two or three out of them at best, and he'll lose the rest. So that tells you everything you need to know. Most of us remember it, by the way. Those modern day fans who started watching after WrestleMania 30, they probably only watched Stardust and Pedo Stash, so that's what they have in mind. Low IQ morons. Then Paul Heyman enters with the neckbeard by excellence, Bronson Reed. They start la 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 rambling on incoherently. Then then Bronson calls himself a Samoan from Australia. I don't think they exist, and that doesn't even make any sense. Then they start brawling out of nowhere. And before that, Roman's made to look like a cuck, like wanting his shoes back and whatever. You take them by force. You've already been emasculated more than enough, Roman. Then again, it's typical Noseman's booking. He would spike book the Vince guys to shove his favorites. Which in that brawl, they brawl later on, and Roman will look on top. Which obviously gives us the meaning that, according to his stupid booking, probably Roman's gonna lose the match, and in an absurd way. Also, another point I forgot to mention: Roman being proud of Jay and all blah blah blah. Bro, Jay's competing for a title that you called the loser bracket. It's a title for losers. You remember that? It's not that long ago. You called it the loser bracket title, the title that people couldn't get to you would settle for. Then again, we'll move on later on to the match of who was it? Dragon Lee and JD McDonald's. Yes, that was those two losers. And out of those two losers, obviously knowing that JD sucks the most, it's obvious that Dragon Lee is gonna win. And when you think about it during the match, Dominique Nugget Boy comes to do his heel work, and AJ Styles comes out of nowhere and attacks him, and which will lead to later on Dominic complaining to that bald-headed incompetent, and that bald-headed incompetent only grows nuts against some people, but against some other, he'll shit his pants. Go figure. And if you look at him closely, that bald headed incompetent, he looks like the depraved degenerates that would be asking for Tiffany's panties. Moron. What a moron. Then after that, he makes it apparently a match between AJ Styles and Dominic for the IC belt, and Dominic is throwing a tantrum, made to look even more like a cuckold than he already was before. Then later on, we'll move on to the match of Kofi Kingston against Penta Zero Miedo. I know it's Zero Miedo, but I call him Zero Miedo. Pay it no mind. Unless you'd like me to call him something else, let me know in the comment section down below. It'll be much appreciated. So in that match, thanks to Big G, aka Grayson Waller, Kofi is able to capitalize and take the win. Then later on, we'll move on to another segment, to a segment. Becky Lynch rambling on incoherently with her 60-year-old woman's voice who's been smoking a lot of meth or something. And goddamn, that woman, since being married to Seth Rollins, used to look somewhat like a respectable human being, now looks way too old. Way too old for someone of her age. I mean, she's not even 40 yet, right? And which will lead us to Miss Alimony. I need the money for my child support because I lost my divorce because of being an absolute irresponsible. No wonder why Cena left her ass. You have that oil hoochie standing on top and using like the lowest level roasts that even us fans would have come up with better ones. So you obviously know vicariously that Becky's gonna be on top and Nikki's gonna do the job. And if the other way around happens, it is what it is. I don't really give a shit. Then we'll move on to the match of what was it like diarrhea, the Marilyn Manson with titties against Roxanne Perez. As you already know, under that match, knowing it's a noseman favorite in that overrated diarrhea piece of shit, so you already know she can't take the pin and she always has to look stronger, even though someone like Raquel would like butcher her in every reasonable metric. Raquel is superior in every reasonable way. But no, Noseman, according to his stupid mind, I'll monologue it. No, I like diarrhea, so I have to push her down people's throats. And I'm a giant cuckold with Oedipus complex. That's what he monologues inside of his brain, that idiot. God, I wonder how the hell was he able to pull Stephanie back then? Probably did some spell on her or anything. Then again, that's not the point. And during the match, after Rhea gets the win, obviously Raquel comes to help her partner, which will lead us later on to that annoying, overrated hack, Io Shirai or Io Sky, that boring, annoying twat, with her annoying theme song that is even more annoying than than her lack of personality. Come out to help Rhea, and all of you smart ones, I'm sure you figured it out. This team has already friendship and betrayal written all over it because you all know that big nose idiot can't book anything else other than friendship and betrayal and long boring matches. He can't book anything other than those two concepts. What an idiot! How the hell is he still employed? Then again, you'll tell me that these are the consequences of the modern world. The incompetents are at high places, and the good ones are struggling. Go figure. Then we'll move on to the match of who was it? AJ Styles and Finn Balor, was it? Yes, I think that's about it. So you already know that in that match, since Finn Balor's been spent most of his time being an absolute and utter jobber that he is. In fact, they shouldn't call him Finn Balor anymore. How about they should call him Pin Balor? That would fit him better, in my opinion, because he loves to take the pin most of the time. He is a giant cuckold anyway. And if you look at it, doesn't he seem like he's missing a chromosome or two? If you look at it, that's what I've always thought. Sure, in terms of shape, he is in good shape. I'll say it as it is. But the facial part, in my opinion, he seems like he's missing a chromosome or two. Let me know in the comment section down below if that's true or not. Then Finn loses the match as the jobber that he is, and that leads us, yes, that leads us to Dominic complaining to that bald headed incompetent. Yes. And later on, damn, we're already at the main event. Nothing wordy, huh? Then again, what can you expect under Noseman? It's a boring show that rinse and repeat under different permutations, expecting different results, and you'll have the morons on the internet glazing. Oh, Raw did a 2 point whatever millions. Those ratings were done like a few years ago on USA Network Day One. No need to grab them on under a week. So that already exposes one of WWE's flaws. Yet they won't dig their heads out of their asses and listen and see what's not working and fix their stuff. No, they'll continue with their insanity, yet expecting different results. This is literally the definition of insanity according to Albert Einstein. Then we'll move on to the main event already, which is a match between LA Knight and Braun Breaker. So you already know anything that involves like LA Knight, Jey Uso, or like that prima donna Phil will obviously lead to some distraction and satisfaction. Attacking will lead to a no DQ or whatever. We're already getting used to it. It's going to lead to a no DQ thing. And of course, during the thing, you have the one come out the last, as if he's the most important one, prima donna Phil, and he has to look like, oh, he's the stronger one out of all of them. Even though any one of us would slap the living crap out of him, you'd break him in half. It's a modicum of common sense. Because look at how miserable he looks. I'm sure they've been injecting some roids and stuff to him, or like some endorsement type of things, so he can look somewhat bigger. But if you look someone like him and an LA Knight, obviously someone like LA Knight would like beat him in 3 seconds if they were to fight for real. He would like beat him in like without exaggerating. In all honesty, it would take him like 5 to 10 seconds to beat the living dog shit out of a meth head like Punk who got his ass beat in UFC twice by two nobodies. Come on, come on. Especially the Mike Jackson. Oh my god, he looked like shit. Then you have none other than a SoundCloud rapper ripoff, main event Jey Uso, trying to be all friendly and shit, instead of focusing about himself and exposing how much of a low level bum he is, and he agrees to be. Yeah, yeah, man, I'm a low level bum, and I agree of being a low level bum. Because that's all he knows. His two brain cells don't, when they connect, these are the things that will come out in his mind. The few brain cells that are left after all the alcohol he's been consuming with his brother. God, I miss Vince McMahon, by the way. Vince would have probably done something good out of the Naomi pregnancy, a feud between the two to find out who's the real father. Oh, Vince, I miss you. Please come back. Buy this company. Get rid of that big nose incompetence. Really, Vince. I miss you. I'm really looking forward to hear. No chance in hell pop it up and hear Noseman. What's that? Ah, I'm back, bitches. And the first thing I'm gonna do, Triple H, you son of a bitch, get the fuck out of here. You're fired. Yeah. Noseman crying like a bitch. And then like, Rock, throw him out the window. Sure thing, man. Yeah. Noseman will be crying. I'm looking forward to Vince coming back again. I miss you, Mr. McMahon. And with that being said, overall, that is the Raw review. As you already know, typical garbage. What can you expect out of those men? So I hope you guys enjoyed this raw review. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I check out the reaction I did on the marriage segment of Noseman and Meow. Make sure you like the video and give it my opinions and let me give it your opinions and let me know what you'd like me to react later on. You know how it works. Either you send me the thing in the comments down below or you let me react to it. Tell me what to react to. Or you can contact me on my Twitter feed, no problem. It's mentioned in the description. So with that being said, take care. I'll see you next time.